Hello, I'm live. It's been a while since I've seen you. I've been preparing for taxes since November, so I'm quite in a good shape right now, getting ready to crank those taxes out. So, how was your Christmas? How was your New Year? New Year is still kind of new. So, I wanted to hop on here today and give you all the encouragement to take charge of your numbers. So, I wanted to talk about having a perfect vision for your 2020. I want you to play a game with me. Pretend it's December 31st, 2020. How does your profit and loss look like? I want you to visualize it. I'm told that visualization helps, so I want to bring visualization to accounting. And I know nobody want to look at their tax return, but I want you to play with me. Go to irs.gov, or if you're in Australia or Canada or Mexico, wherever you are, whatever tax return that you fill up, I'm sure there's an empty form online. Print a copy. I want you to put it side by side with maybe 2018 because you probably haven't done 2019. But if you have 2019 numbers, if you've been following me, you know you have to keep up with your numbers. I want you to pretend that you are filling your tax form. Put the revenue that you've made for 29 on that line that says revenue or income. Don't worry about the expenses portion. And then I want you to go all the way to the bottom where it says net or taxable income or net income or net profit, whichever country you are in. UK, you probably say net profit. Here we say net profit as well, but it depends on where you are. And then I want you to blow up that paper. So that's your revenue for 2020, and then you put the net profit for 2020, blow up that paper and put it on your visual board. That's what you want to make for 2020. So, and I'm going to stretch you. Say you made 150,000 for 2019. I want you to double that. Make it 300,000. That's your goal. It's not negotiable. You're going to have to double it up. Okay? Then you work it out. So maybe by the time you take away all your expenses and everything, if you have your books up to date, you will know what your net profit is by now. If you go into your either Quickbooks or Waveapps or MYOB or FreshBooks or whatever software you are using, or even if it's paper and pen or Excel, doesn't matter. As long as you track your numbers, you should have some sort of an idea how much you've made in 2019. And then write it out. I don't want you to type it. Just write it out. Say 300,000 gross revenue. And then say net profit, maybe estimate about 10-15% as your net profit. Okay, put that there. That's your after all your expenses, including if you take salary, take all that out. But don't worry too much about the expenses part. I want your focus to be on the revenue side. So 300,000, if you made 150 for 2019, you're going to put 300,000 for 2020, double. All right? So that's your first visual. Then you're going to take that 300,000, you're going to divide it by 12. So if you divide it by 12, 25,000 a month. And then you're going to divide that by 4. So you have your weekly goals to hit. All right. Some weeks may be down, some weeks may be high. You can stay flexible and, let it relax. But your whole goal is to make 25,000 a month. Some months may be higher, some months may be lower, but that's your vision for it. So one, get the empty tax form, handwrite in how much you want your gross revenue to be, estimate the net profit to maybe 10-15,000. If you lost money in 2019, your goal is to make profit in 2020. So you're going to have to find a way to cut back on expenses or grow your revenue so that you can, make profit. I know some people want to have deductions to the nth of the earth so they can make losses, but if you keep doing that, you're hurting yourself. Okay? So I hope everybody can hear me. Nobody, I don't know. I can turn this volume up, but anyway, I hope the volume is still where it's working. But your goal is to make profit. So I don't want you to go into business thinking you want to have deductions and then you take all the deductions you can and show losses. If you keep doing that and you need money to grow your business, no bank is going to give you money. So you do want to show profit so that they will be able to give you funding for you to grow your business. All right. So that's the first tip I want to give you. The second thing I want to do is you need to set a schedule. I know most of you want to hide under the bed. You don't want to deal with your numbers. A lot of you, after following me for almost a year or two, you're getting the hang of it, starting to take charge, and I'm so, so proud of you. I'm so excited. I know wherever you are, if you are not my client, any CPA you go to will be very happy with you that you're keeping up with your numbers, all right? So you can either set it up for weekly or bi-weekly or monthly, depending on the volume of transactions you have. It's like little by little you can eat an elephant. You take little bites at a time. So if you have, say, 200 transactions a month and you wait for the whole month to sit there to do it, it's going to get overwhelming. And so I tell my clients what they should do is if you have 200 transactions a month, maybe every other day you go into the accounting software. These days you can connect the bank, it will download for you. It doesn't matter how many credit cards or how many bank accounts you have. You can connect as many banks as you want. It will download automatically for you. I have all that tips in my e-course for QuickBooks. I've recorded the whole training, so you don't even have to come to a live webinar to learn how to use QuickBooks. And then you can just categorize it. So every other day, you can just make your way through there and then do a few, maybe 10, 15 transactions, a few minutes. Actually, it's a good idea to take a look at your bank account every day. Part of it is that one, you want to make sure that nobody is charging something that they are not authorized to charge you. So a few minutes a day, you actually take a look at your account, and I do that for most of my clients, so they don't have to worry about it. My eyes is on their uh, bank download every day to make sure that nobody is charging anything. And if even them, if they charge something that they didn't tell me about and is really big, they'll be getting a phone call going, hey, did you pay $1,000 to GoDaddy? I did it to one of my clients. He was out of the country and he didn't tell me. So you need to be your own advocate. My whole goal here is to empower you so that you can be confident with your numbers and stay in touch with your numbers. I say have a date with your numbers. All right. So set a weekly goal or bi-weekly goal. And if you have a lot of volume, a few minutes a day is not going to hurt you to pay attention to your numbers. All right. So the next question that I get a lot is that, okay, so if I do the numbers, then if I have questions, what do I do? I have a solution for you. You can either hire somebody to do the bookkeeping for you, or you can do it yourself. Or you can do it in conjunction with your CPA, wherever you are. You can do some of it, your CPA will do some of it. And if you have questions, I'm sure that they will be happy to answer your questions. For those of you who want to do your own books but don't have access to a CPA, I'm available to help you. Or you can join my DIY accounting and tax club. I just set that up. We launched it a few days ago. You can join for only $147. With that, you'll be able to email me questions. I'm not going to put any limit on you. The most, maybe most people will email like 10, 15 questions a month, which is fine because I want everything to be private. Um, I don't want you to put it in the Facebook group. I'm in the process of trying to find a platform outside of Facebook so that you can have privacy, and there I can chat with you privately. I just tested it, but I want to make sure it's secured before I have you sharing your information over there. I'm paranoid with privacy. So in the meantime, it will be in the a paid Facebook group, and so you can all be there. But please do not leave any of your private information in there. If you have any questions and you are a member, you can email it to me. I'm going to share the link in this Facebook Live later on, so you can join me in that membership. It's 147. There's no contract. You can come and go as you please. For January through April 15, I will be doing a Zoom, or I'll do a Zoom conference so at least you can see other people's faces if they want to show their faces on the Zoom. And so I can take questions from you because sometimes visual, I can read your lips and see if you're frustrated, then I know how to calm you down with the numbers. And so it's $147. We'll do weekly meetings. But after April 15, I'm sure you all be fed up with numbers and don't want to see me every week. So maybe we'll pace it out. But the structure of it is going to be based on what the members, the members, what you want. If you want me to cover um, taxes or whatever you want me to cover, or accounting, I will not be doing a full QuickBooks training in there or full Waveapps training in there because that is already recorded and you can buy that at a discounted rate. I'll give you a code. If you're a member of the group, you'll get a code for it. But I will do a Q&A in the group for QuickBooks and then Waveapps. So if you're working some spot and you're stuck, if you email me privately, because I don't want you to share that you are struggling in the group, I will do a Facebook Live, or maybe in the group though I can share screen, but Facebook Live here I cannot share screen. It's either screen or face. I prefer the face for now. But in the group I have a software that allows me to share screen. So if you really want to see me sharing screen, answering your QuickBooks and Waveapps questions, you really need to join me for $147 a month. You get a virtual CFO on your site. All right. So that is that bit for that. The other thing that I want to tell you is everybody knows that you have to give 1099 to your subcontractors, and I've been banging on you guys, get those W-9 signed. Those of you in the United States, that collects all the social security number or the tax ID or the sole proprietors that you're working with. It's crucial that you collect that information, because if you don't and you deduct that expense and you pay them over $600, when the IRS comes and audits you, they will tell you you cannot deduct it if that other person did not pay taxes on it. So please get the W-9, go to irs.gov, put in a search box on the top, W-9, pull that form. At some point, I even put a link on my feed somewhere. But go to irs.gov, pull that, give it to any subcontractor that you paid, meaning anybody who is not in the business is not incorporated, like an S corp or C corp. You only know when you give them that form to fill out. So if you're not sure, give it to them anyway and let them fill it out. LLC, all those people. Some people are sole proprietors and they will not report it. And so if they don't report it, you get in trouble for it. My goal is to protect you. You're not going to get in trouble under my watch. Okay? So make sure you do that. You get that W-9. Do that 1099. Send it to them by January 31st. All right. And the government copy also goes out on January 31st. So that's it used to be February. Now they brought it forward. So all of it has to go out. If you are stuck and you don't know what to do, hit me up and I'll be happy to help you. The other thing too is the W-2s. Those of you with employees, you need to get all those employees their W-2s by January 31st. And yes, the government copy also goes out, the W-3. If you have QuickBooks or online, or you have QuickBooks desktop, or you have Waveapps, or any of the Zero, any of FreshBooks, all those people who have payroll, or if you use ADP or whatever, it produces all these forms easily for you, so you don't have to sweat it. If you've paid somebody and you never used any of those and you're struggling on how to get the W-2s out, message me. There is a way, there's a quicker way that I can help you to get all those W-2s out to the people so that you don't get yourself in trouble. Okay, so I'm told to keep it short. Let me see, I'm 15 minutes. So I'm going to wait and see if I have any questions, and I don't see any questions. I think Facebook that is playing hide and seek here. I don't see any questions. So let me type in here any questions for me. Let's see. I don't see anything. Okay, while I'm waiting for that to come, so one, I want you to create a visual board for yourself in terms of how much money you want to make. So get an empty tax form, fill in the revenue, and then skip all the way to the bottom, estimate how much profit based on the average of what you normally do. If your profit is say 5%, I want you to double it. Everything you're doing, I want you to double it. If you can keep the expenses though constant, then you will show profit so that the banks will give you funding if you need it. And then blow up the number, I mean the form, make it to maybe 11 by whatever, and then put it on your vision board. That's what your revenue going to be for 2020, and that's what I meant by a perfect vision. So every day when you walk in your office, you see you made 300,000 December 31st 2020, and then on a piece of paper or notebook, divvy it up by the monthly goals and your weekly goals, and then you go at it. And then if it is up and down, it's okay. Be flexible. Okay, the universe has a weird way of doing its stuff. You could get 100,000 and then it will slow down. But if you get 100,000 say in January, I don't want you to relax. That means you have the capacity to do more. Okay, so even if you get 100,000 January, I still want you to set your goal for maybe, if you get 100, that means you have capacity for 200. So always keep increasing your goal. All right, and then set a schedule to do your books in terms of weekly or bi-weekly, depends on the volume. And once again, if any of you need help, you can message me on Facebook, or you can go to my website, julianakennedycpa.com. Send me a message through my website if you prefer not to use Facebook, and I'll be more than happy to help you. All right, so wishing you all the best, all the blessings in the world. I wish you well. Oh, by the way, I also have an accounting and tax course that I'm doing, and I'm going to have it as an e-course so you can learn privately. Right now the session is going on, so you cannot come in the middle of it. But if you are interested in the e-course, it's also, I'm also going to leave the link in here. You can see the topics that we are covering, and maybe next time you hop on board before the door closes. So all the best and many blessings to you, and happy tax season. Okay, bye bye.